3 pantyhose reviews in one as I review the most well-known Japanese dollar store pantyhose. You won't believe what we get up to. Let's get started, shall we? Hello, konnichiwa. Welcome back. And we are back. Well, sort of. We are in the middle of changing some things around, so forgive us for being a little less consistent over the coming weeks. But you can rest easy. I am still here and I still have heaps of pantyhose to review for you. Look at this. These are just some of the pantyhose in the queue, and I won't be able to rest until I've tried each and every one of them and told you all about them. Today, our pantyhose aren't the only bargain, as you're gonna get a 3-in-1 Lily deal. I'm going to be reviewing 3 budget Japanese pantyhose from none other than Daiso. If you don't know, Daiso is the Japanese dollar store. We have a couple different brands and styles of dollar store or 100-yen stores, 100-yen stores. There's Daiso, Seria, Can Do.
Ooh, yeah! Can do!
And Silk, as well as some other smaller, lesser known stores. There's even stores of, well, basically just a tiny bit nicer quality called 3-coin stores, or essentially 300 yen or $3 stores. They are basically just a slightly higher price, but still an inexpensive dollar store. Dollar stores have really branched out, selling everything from household items like ice trays and pin cushions to things like LED rope lights and laptop stands. Not everything you find at Daiso is 100 yen, and even if you buy a bit more expensive item, don't expect the quality to be extremely high. But we don't use Daiso to buy those sorts of things, except for in times of convenience. Daiso is a fun place to shop with loads of interesting things. This is not a sponsored ad, by the way. Daiso, feel free to send me some money, but I love shopping at Daiso, and I do highly recommend you check them out. I hear there's even some stores outside of Japan. When I was shopping at Daiso recently, I happened to walk past the socks and noticed they have quite a collection of pantyhose. And I thought I'd do us all a favor, rip them off the shelf and bring them home, put them on, and tell you what I think about them. Because that's what we do here. I have been told that the algorithm, whoever he is, really wants you to like and subscribe. Me, personally, I just like talking to you, so do those things, yeah, but don't forget to make me happy and leave a comment so we can chat a bit. We are going to dive straight into these as we have 3 pantyhose to cover, and I just can't wait to try them on. I'm so excited. Our first pair are these aptly named nylon pantyhose. Supposedly they have antimicrobial and anti-odor technology or something. I chose the LXL just to be on the safe side because sometimes these bargain pantyhose shops will skimp out a bit on the fabric. These are black, just says black here in Japanese. Not sure if they are reinforced toe. These are Daiso brand, and you'll notice there's no price written on them. If there's no price written on them, they are 100 yen. That's basically the system. I'll demonstrate what a more expensive item would look like in a bit. Let's get these out of the package and get our hands on them. I'm dying to know what these are going to be like. I feel like I'm going to be pleasantly surprised. Daiso stuff is often quite good despite its cheap price tag. Well, we'll see. So far, they look just like any other pantyhose. The cardboard insert is actually not inserted inside the pantyhose like there sometimes are, to show you how the color looks. A generous reading of that would be they are thinking of making the packaging more convenient to use. My suspicion is if you saw what they actually looked like when you were wearing them, you might not want to buy them. And now that I'm looking at them, that seems far more likely. They have a wider waistband than I expected, and they are stretchy. Yeah, my hopes are dashed as these are very cheap pantyhose. I mean, they are $1, so I'm not expecting luxury here. Oh, they are reinforced toe. Even just on my hand, You can see they just don't look even, almost splotchy. This is the curse of really cheap pantyhose. Instead of making your legs look nice and smooth, they make you look like you got some sort of illness or something. Oh, and there's no tag or indication of which is the front or back. Probably with these there is no front or back, there's a one side fits all sort of thing. Also, no panty liner, so don't even think about wearing these without underwear. Ouch. Well, let's get them on, shall we? There does seem to be zero compression on these pantyhose. Already, they've started to ladder and I don't even have them fully on. Oh dear. I'm not sure if it's just they aren't fully seated on my foot yet, but look, the reinforced toe doesn't quite cover my toes. Seems like it defeats the purpose, but maybe they just aren't fully adjusted yet. They are very cheap quality. Some of maybe the cheapest we've seen in a pair of normal pantyhose on this channel so far. I can say though, because Daiso are everywhere, these are what I would call emergency pantyhose. If you're on a business trip and forgot to pack them or in a hurry and need a pair for something, these aren't that bad, but you definitely will not get more than one wear out of them, if even that really. I still feel like something is a little off with this reinforced toe area. They just don't quite match. Oh well, for 100 yen, it's hard to really ask too much of them. They are softer to the touch than I thought they would be. Coming off. It's like I'm a snake shedding my skin. They are so stretched out already. Now you're definitely never getting more than one use out of these. I thought it best to see what both colors look like in the 100 yen versions, so I got the black and these nude or beige ones. Actually, the color says Mellow beige, so that's fun. So let's try on the beige or nude color pair. By the way, generally speaking, in Japan we call this color beige and not nude. Same thing as the previous pair, the only difference should be the color. Look at that seam. That's just going to be so uncomfortable wearing that for long periods. Makes my bits hurt thinking about it. Oof. Well, let's get them on, shall we? These are reinforced toe too, and the color isn't that bad really. I do like this mellow beige color. But the same issues exist for these pantyhose as did the previous pair. Just really cheap material, cheaply made, inconsistent netting which gives it a coarse and splotchy look. Expensive pair have really very uniform netting here, and this is what gives your legs that smooth sheen, almost like you've put foundation on your legs. These are very uneven and, well, they just don't do that. These are very much your, I'm in a pinch and I need something fast and cheap pair of pantyhose. I wouldn't recommend using them for work or something like that unless you just need them for one-off presentation or something like that. And even then, go for the more expensive ones in that situation as they will look so much better on and more professional. All that being said, they aren't the roughest pair of pantyhose I've ever worn, but I don't recommend you go rubbing these against anything repeatedly unless you're trying to start a fire. The third pair we will look at is going to be a bit of a splurge as we move up in price and one would hope in quality, as these are supposedly non-run pantyhose. And you can see here, 200 yen, written quite clearly on the package. This is how you know if something is more expensive at Daiso. These are a bit special because it says quite clearly right here, you see this? Made in Japan. Is this our first pair actually made in Japan? Not sure, but we'll put them to the test just like we have all the others. Oh, if you are curious what's the difference between the two, the 200 yen pantyhose are 98% nylon and 2% polyurethane spandex. And the more expensive pair, the no-run pantyhose, are 76% nylon and 24% elastane? Something like that. Anyways, let's get them out of the package. These are more expensive, twice as much as the others. I'm expecting big things from you. Don't let us down, Daiso. Well, they do feel different. I wouldn't necessarily say nicer, but definitely they are different than the previous pairs. I'm trying to figure out exactly how they are different. There seems to be a bit thicker reinforced area in the crotch and the upper thigh on these compared to the cheaper pair. Otherwise, not really noticing a huge difference other than these are just plain beige, and to be honest, I think I like the mellow beige color a bit better. Let me know which color you think looks better in the comments. I would honestly love to hear your opinions. Oh, on these you can see they have an ever so slight foot shape that the others did not. Atsugi, look out. Daiso's creeping up on you. Not really. Let's get them on, shall we? Oh, this pair has no reinforced toe. Sorry, I hear that's a fan favorite. Anyone out there a fan of non-reinforced toe pantyhose? Let me know in the comments. It would seem most people like the reinforced toe more. The fit looks good on these. They do seem quite stretchy. These do feel a bit better and a tiny bit better quality. They still aren't super uniform in their netting though. They do look better and feel better than their half-priced cousin. The color though is a bit too yellow for my taste. I definitely prefer the previous color. I'm pulling at them quite hard here, and so far they're holding up. Let's see how no run they really are. And they are not. Wow, it did not take much to get them to rip. Well, it does say no run, not indestructible. Stay tuned. At the very end, we'll put the previous pair to the test as well. Final thoughts. Look, we got these 3 pairs of pantyhose for 400 yen. So there's no denying they are budget friendly. But when you take into account that they'll likely only last you one time, they are essentially disposable pantyhose, and buying a pair a day would be 500 yen for the cheaper and 1,000 yen for the more expensive per week. I think in that sense, the more expensive brands like Atsugi, which are often around 300 to 700 yen per pair, are a bit more economical, as those can be worn multiple times and hold up even after washing them. These truly are an emergency pair to just get you through the day. I would actually recommend the slightly more expensive pair, the 200 yen pair, as they are just a little bit nicer looking and feeling. Though maybe go for the black color in that one. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and see you next time. Mata ne! Daiso, Daiso, Daiso.